ask one. You see them girl of beauty them.
To stay when I saw you yesterday. I'm not wasting your time, I'm not playing no games. I see ya. Who knows the secret tomorrow will hold? We don't really need to know. 'Cause you're here with me now, I don't want you to go. You're here with me now, I don't want you to go. Maybe we're perfect strangers. Maybe it's not forever. Maybe the light will changes. Maybe we'll stay together. Maybe we'll walk away. Maybe we'll realize we're only human. Maybe we don't need no reason. Maybe we're perfect strangers. Maybe it's not forever. Maybe the light will changes. Maybe we'll stay together. Maybe we'll walk away. Maybe we'll realize we're only human. Baby, we don't need no reason why. Come on, come on, come over. Baby, we don't need no reason why. Come on, come on, come over. No one but you got me feeling this way. There's so much we can't explain. Maybe we're helping each other escape. I'm with ya. Who knows the secret tomorrow will hold? We don't really need to know. 'Cause you're here with me now, I don't want you to go. You're here with me now, I don't want you to go. Maybe we're perfect strangers. Maybe it's not forever. Maybe the night will changes. Maybe we'll stay together. Maybe we'll walk away. Maybe we'll realize we're only human. Maybe we don't need no reason. Maybe we're perfect strangers. Maybe it's not forever. Maybe the night will changes. Maybe we'll stay together. Maybe we'll walk away. Maybe we'll realize we're only human. Maybe we don't need no reason why. Come on, come on, come over. Baby, we don't need no reason why. Come on, come on, come over. Come on, come on, come over. Baby, we don't need no reason why. Come on, come on, come over.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Which mic am I on? I hope I'm on the right mic. I haven't been in studio with quite a bit, but yes, this is Sustainability Connect with me, Myra Maloba, and you're listening to us on Icon Radio #1 Entertainment Blog. Good morning, and Karibu Sana. I'm excited to be back in studio having conversations around things that affect you, your society, your development, your climate. All of that is usually discussed every week, every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Breakfast, guys, they owe me breakfast because they bit into my time kidogo, but I was totally worth it. I love what Mike is doing with the creatives in this country, which again still adds to aspects of SDG in this community, in the society, in the city, in the whole of Kenya, because these creators are creating jobs for one another through these amazing showcases. And every morning you get to know what is going down. So this Friday, we're going to be at the press conference as Nameless gears up for Nameless at 25. We're going to be setting up live. So Icon Radio Breakfast will be live right from there. So if you want to get the details, you want to get the 411, you want to get to know how to be part of this amazing event. If you haven't bought your tickets, I think they're sold out. But yes, whatever exclusives we're bringing for you right here on Icon Radio. Now, I'm your girl, Myra Maloba, and again, amazing to be taking over this particular sustainability desk. I'm really very excited for that. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out but I'll put all of them up just in case. So, my voice is loud, it can be caught by anything. So, all right, I really just want to take you quickly through some of the more trending stories, quick fast, that are happening within the sustainability space. So, as of now, we have Africa's SDG progress that is moving, but not fast enough. It's not fast enough, according to a report. Africa is making progress on 12 of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So that's good news, but at the same time, not so good. The pace of progress is still not fast enough for the continent to meet the 2030 targets. The latest assessment points to familiar challenges: climate shocks, financing constraints, debt pressures, and weakness in implementation. And this is important because the SDGs aren't just abstract numbers on a United Nations document. They cover poverty, food, health, education, jobs, gender equality, clean energy, climate action, and even the environment that we are set to leave behind. So what's the question? Excuse me? If we're making progress but still won't meet the targets at the current pace, what needs to change? All right. Now, secondly, on my roundup of news this morning, International Youth Day. Where are the green jobs? Now, today especially is International Youth Day, and for us here at Sustainability Connect, there's an obvious connection. Africa has one of the youngest populations in the world. At the same time, the transition to a green economy is in a greater demand for new skills and new industries. Now, we're talking not only just about climate, we're talking about renewable energy, climate smart agriculture, waste management, recycling, the circular economy businesses, green construction, climate technology. Like it's a whole list of things. But then again, the question remains, are we preparing young people for the green economy, or are we still preparing them for jobs that may not exist in the future? Because, most of these jobs are becoming obsolete. I saw a video the other day of a restaurant in California, in the US of A, that is fully automated. Okay, the robots making burgers was hilarious, okay, because every time they're jumping up. So it looks like it was straight up chaos in that kitchen. But this is where we're heading, right? We are fighting it with every means, every fiber of our body. But there's some things that will become obsolete and no longer of use to a lot of people and will result to automation. So when we're preparing the youth for jobs, what are we truly preparing them for? Are we still remaining archaic or coming into newer ways of the working environment? So away from that, we also are looking at, and this is the last one before we bring in our guests, climate change is now a health story. Now, something about this affects every single one of us, our health. Now, the WHO is holding a discussion on preparing for El Nino and climate-related health risks. I understand the conversation is happening today, and in this important shift in the climate conversation, we are talking about climate change largely as an environmental issue. So you know what's happening: melting ice caps, rising temperatures, deforestation, and so on and so forth. But climate change is also a public health issue. Extreme weather affects food production, food insecurity affects nutrition, flooding affects water and sanitation, health affects vulnerable populations. So the questions here are hospitals, health workers, and public health systems being prepared for the climate we're moving into. Because climate adaptation isn't only about planting trees. Yes, it's a noble cause, a lot of us are doing it. But then is it enough? Sometimes climate adaptation is making sure a health system can keep functioning when the next climate shock arrives. Now, one of my stories deserves an honorable mention. Me and my fellow director, we had the opportunity and the pleasure and the honor of visiting the coastal area. And we're seeing the amazing innovation when it comes to blue economy, when it comes to youth self-employment, when it comes to education. There are even companies who are spearheading training and doing amazing work, who we'll get to talk about later on in the year. But this honorable mention is for a school in Kwale, right? Now, we are finally bringing sustainability conversations to the community level, of which even our guests are coming to talk about today. Now, a story from Kwale County today highlights schools embracing tree growing and waste recycling as part of their climate action efforts. And I love this story because it reminds us of something important, right? In climate action, it doesn't always need to begin in boardroom. Sorry, things are over here distracting me today. So the climate action doesn't always need to begin in a boardroom. It begins in the classroom sometimes, and a child learns how to separate waste. They plant trees, whether it's through scouts or otherwise, or through the agriculture class. And of course, this leads to communities protecting water source, farmers changing how they grow food, and businesses reducing unnecessary packaging. But sustainability is ultimately about systems made up of millions of individual decisions. And this school in Kwale, making this an initiative and a drive, is doing just that. And perhaps the most important thing we can teach young people isn't simply what climate change is. It's just this, yeah? You have the ability to do something about it, you as an individual. And let me tell you, when you grab them when they're young, when you teach them where they're at an age that they can carry it with them, because kids are impressionable and they have proper memory function, not like us when we're growing older. So when you start teaching them early, they will carry that with them for the rest of their lives. Whether it comes to climate, whether it comes to spending money properly, when it comes to taking care of each other in society, they will remember these teachings, right? But then let it be practical. Let it be something that they can do with their hands, understand, and appreciate. All right, that has been my roundup of the news this morning. Let's go into the break. When we come back, we'll be having our guests in studio who are going to be talking about charitable causes in schools, but also the impact that is truly being made by some of these activities that are helping our youth in schools and in their communities. Keep it right here. This one. This one. it's a 1. Okay. And 5. Okay.
Netsekane, 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 I'm already tonight. I'm gonna love you tonight. Bend it up, bend it up. I'm already tonight. I'm gonna love you tonight.
You've been saying, I should start a podcast. Well, now you can. From as low as 1,500 shillings per hour. At Icon Records Podcast Services, we give you the space, the sound, and the support to bring your ideas to life. From your first episode to your next big hit, we've got you. Find us on the second floor of Amber House on Barito Road, or contact us on WhatsApp number +254 788 380030, or email info@iconradio.co.ke. Don't just think it, record it. And we're back on Sustainability Connect. And as of this moment, we have our guests in studio. And as we go, before we go into our guests, I'm going to be telling you what we're talking about, and that's the event they're about to have this weekend. First of all, it revolves around the youth, which I'm very, very passionate about, very excited about. Because, like I was saying before, once you teach children at a young age, they carry it with them forever. And once you shape them well, then they're able to not only enrich themselves, but enrich their communities. So they're going to be having an event this weekend, the Community Basketball Tournament. It's a fundraising tournament to support, or rather in support of Spread the Love. So we're going to be finding out what exactly Spread the Love is. But for now, I want to welcome my guest, Karibuni Sana Phoebe.
Thank you so much.
Karibuni Sana as well, Coach Wyclife.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Yeah.
Karibu. So I'll just read a little bit of your profiles, but of course you will tell it best. So for Phoebe, she's a pastor at Mavuno Church, but she's also an author and community leader. So Mavuno Church Lifeway Campus, a leadership trainer, parenting mentor, and insurance professional with over 15 years of corporate experience. She currently works with the Chancery Right Insurance Brokers. She's passionate about discipleship, prayer, leadership development, youth empowerment, and family development, and is committed to equipping individuals and families to build strong foundations of faith, purposes, and leadership. Now, through her experience, sorry, team, can we? So, through her experience in both ministry and the corporate space, Pastor Phoebe brings a unique perspective on leadership, community engagement, faith, and practical service, with a strong passion for creating opportunities that empower young people and strengthen communities. She, of course, will be speaking to us about Spread the Love Initiative, which is a community initiative focused on demonstrating children's, or rather Christ's love, through practical acts of service and giving back to the community. Karibu sana, Phoebe.
Thank you so much, Myra. Thank you.
As we move on to Wyclife, who is the co-founder, Hoopnation KE Knights Basketball Tournament Coordinator. Now, Wyclife Yoga is a sports development professional, basketball coach, entrepreneur, and tournament coordinator with a strong passion for creating sustainable sporting opportunities for young people in Kenya. As a co-founder of Hoopnation KE Knights Basketball, Wyclife has been actively involved in athlete development, basketball programming, tournament organization, and community sports development. His work focuses on creating platforms that allow young people to develop their talent while building discipline, teamwork, leadership, and confidence through sports. All right. He will tell us a lot more about what he does. It's better when it comes from the man himself, Karibu sana Wyclife.
Thank you.
All right, Phoebe, in your own words,
Yes.
other than the profile,
Yes.
a little bit about yourself.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for having us. So a little bit about myself is that for sure I'm passionate about working with the youth,
Right.
developing leadership in them. But above everything else, as being a pastor, is just being Christ-centered as I do this.
Right.
Just showing them Christ's love,
Okay.
even as we have fun as they grow.
Right.
Yes.
I know, of course, preaching to the masses is not the easiest.
Yes.
How do you manage to draw them in?
I think one of the things I've learned over time is being in their space.
Right.
So are they having a hangout? I want to be there.
Right.
Are they deciding that this is the time they want us to do a cookout? I
Right.
want to be there. So
Right.
it becomes easy even when we are sharing God's word. Otherwise, if you segregate yourself, then even they will not be comfortable to share their own personal lives.
Yes.
And then also just being in a space, inviting them to share their stories
Right.
without being their mother, so to speak, also their parents.
Right.
So that helps a lot.
Hey, we've come from far in this Christianity. We come from Bible thumping
Yeah.
to now sharing. We can go on and on about that, but I'll just stay away from that for now. Like I told you about PK.
Yeah.
But also, Wyclife, just a
Yes.
little bit of a sum up about yourself.
I think you can tell I'm passionate about basketball first. I've been in basketball for well over 10 years. I'm also passionate about the youth and
Right.
development, being a product of youth development and gaining through sport.
Right.
So I'm really passionate about giving back to the society through that as an avenue. And that's why I really focus on that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing what you both do. Again, right now, the youth are so impressionable.
Yeah.
They're also part of our society, but not also our society. They're part of our job market, as you know, we phase out to the older people.
Yeah.
And right now, working with them, the journey is, I think it's more important ever than before.
Yeah.
Especially now with the changing environment and how we are getting more automated by the day. How do they see worth and value in themselves?
Yeah.
Right? Now, for Phoebe, let me start with you. When we hear spread the love, what does that actually mean beyond the name? What we would look at it just as a scope.
Okay. So thank you for that. So Spread the Love Initiative, first of all, is a Mavuno Church initiative.
Right.
And the aim is to focus on to better the community. And so mainly our focus is on public schools.
Right.
The public schools, many other times, it's not a space many people want to take their children to. And so what we want to do and what we do is come and share love as we better the public school. Meaning even someone in that community does not have to look for a school far away,
Right.
that you're able to say, why can't I take my child to this school near here? And so Spread the Love, that's what we do. We come partner with the community and with the school itself to better the public schools, to make it a school of choice to everyone in the community.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
went to a public school.
Yeah.
They're now being teased as polling stations. But
Yes.
but again, the environment that I grew up in, because I went on to a private school, but the environment there really shapes a child.
Yeah.
But also putting them in the right kind of environment is so important.
Yes.
Having them have pride in their classrooms,
Yeah.
have pride in their toilets,
Yes.
in their fields. It's enough. It plays a lot on somebody's mind, right?
does.
Yeah.
Now, what inspired the idea of getting especially communities directly involved in transforming these public schools?
So that is very interesting, because when the vision started of Spreading the Love, the idea was it started with, if for example today the church was to be kicked out in a certain environment, who are the people who would stand? Would the community be coming to say, okay, let's get the church out of here because they are doing nothing? And so how then the vision was, how do we partner with the community that even in the event there was an issue, it could be even land grabbing and the church is being kicked out, who are the first people who would come and say that these are our people because they have done, they have rebuilt, they have done better to the community and to the environment.
Right.
And so that was what was at the heart of Spread the Love Initiative.
Right.
Yes.
Now, Wyclife, we deliberately called today's conversation Beyond Charity.
Yes.
In your view,
Yeah.
what is the difference between giving someone a direct donation and actually investing in their long-term well-being, and in this case also being in the investments from the community itself?
The key word here is sustainability. Yeah, because impact can be short-term or long-term.
Right.
Now we focus on sustainability by including the entire community. No age group left behind.
Right.
Then you leave a legacy of sustainability where the young child can pick from the older generation, and then continue with that same motivation.
Right.
Being also brought up in the same setup, yes, I can say that it really does a lot to the people around you.
Right.
It impacts your life greatly.
Yes.
It opens even more doors than you'd think you'd have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Phoebe, when you first saw the situation at Kahawa Primary, what would you say stood out for you the most?
I think first of all, it was one of those things of like, there are still children who show up every day in this space, even in the way that it is.
Right.
And it's one of those things that made me realize we have to do something different, because probably this child does not have an option.
Right.
But they still show up even when it's looking this downtrodden, or so to speak.
And not to mention there are thousands.
There are thousands. And then the ratio of when you enter a classroom and then you're told how many people sit in that class, it's one of those things you're like, no, something has to change. You can't be having 120 people with one teacher and the desks are broken. And so it makes you think, even you cannot sit in your home and allow this to continue. So I think that was the first thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, of course, school buildings,
Yes.
We take so much for granted.
Yeah.
Being able to sit in a classroom that is well covered and you're warm and you're comfortable. These are things that a lot of people in this country don't know and have never experienced. So, do we, Wyclife, because a lot of companies right now are doing CSR this, planting tree, that.
Yeah.
And this is that season of doing CSR projects. And we're seeing them all over social media.
Yeah.
But, even after the CSR project is done, people leave.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't look back. So, and everyone moves on. What makes a community investment sustainable, as you said, beyond the day the cameras leave and the people have stopped posting on their social media?
Yeah, we also had this conversation with Phoebe just a few minutes ago.
Nice.
Yeah. As I was telling her, I'm in a program that does disability inclusion in sports.
Okay.
And one of the biggest concerns I was sharing with her is what happens after this pilot program ends. And that was a big question that we still don't have an answer to. And you think about the connections you've made, the friends, and when someone loses that abruptly, then it disrupts the entire thing you've built throughout that time.
Right.
So I think continuity is a very big thing, and most of these people should look to the ground, where on the ground where things happen, not just the photos and everything.
Right.
They should take a time, just a few days, maybe an hour.
Right.
Go see what happens on the ground. These people who are on the ground, how they're tackling this situation.
Right.
Have a feel of the situation. Then that can build a system where you'll want to do more.
Absolutely. Because I feel like every project should have guardians.
Yeah.
True.
An appointed person who would go throughout the year just to find out, or even just quarterly or bi-monthly, just go and find out how has the project enriched people. Is there still a need? What more can be done? Right? Because I know we can't solve everybody's problems.
True.
But at least come from a point of information, so that if you indeed decide to go back into that community, you're coming from a point of their needs and know what you feel you should bring to them. Because you can be bringing for them trees and then they need a borehole. You know? Like,
True.
True.
Let it not be about enriching your own selfish perspective and what you feel is a feel good for you.
That's
but
true.
more what is needed there. And I think when you grow older, you get to embrace that aspect, right?
That's true.
That is true.
So I'll pose this to both of you. The campaign is not just about asking people for money.
No.
People are being encouraged to volunteer, to provide materials, the ability to create, provide skills, even train on skills and connect the project to organizations that can help. And I remember talking to your colleague Joy yesterday, and she was like, listen, we're giving people brushes.
Yes.
You are going to come and roll up your sleeves and work.
Yes.
And I love it. I wish I was there. Just I have a commitment on this weekend, but I love the idea of that. So what why did you guys come up with this particular model for this event?
So allow me to just start. So the truth of the matter is I love what you said. A lot of people don't, especially organizations, they have a budget for CSR. They don't have a problem giving the money. But a lot of them don't want to come on to the ground to do the work. They're like, how much money do you need? Let me write a check. Where do we wire? We'll send our social media manager to come and take some photos so that it goes back to their board or their trustees. But that's not really what we want. It's not that we don't need the money, but that's not what we want. We want you to come work your money. We want, when we've bought the brooms, when we've bought the paint, we want you to come and do the work. And we don't want you there for an hour. We want you there from morning to evening. We want to take photos when you came in looking very nice, but you have paint on your hair and you're looking all that.
Close out your day.
Like, really come on the ground. We're saying we're planting flowers. You come and plant flowers. Because one of the things is we realized everyone has something they can bring. Can you plant very nice flowers? Then come and do it. Can you sweep better than the other person? Come and we'll teach you how to paint. You can say, I don't know how to paint, I don't know how to do the strokes. Don't worry. We'll be there learning together. And then that helps us network together. Also, that helps us to grow relationship. Because yes, we want also you to interact with the community. As the teachers are there, as the students, the ones who are available are coming to do the work, come and make an impact. Yes.
Because even to look good for them.
Oh, yes.
If they are there, putting in the work. The community will have an emotional attachment to them because they're like, I can identify with this brand. Yes, word to the wise people. So because the question is always between, giving the check versus the change, right? The check, yes, like you said, is fantastic, but the change is immeasurable. And I love the idea of also including sports into it. Because I've gone into some communities where they might have the right infrastructure, but the people who are not the best in the theory work, but they can use their hands very well even when it comes to sports. And Kenya is known for its sports. It's known for its athletes. And we're seeing women making it to WNBA. We're seeing our men making it to the NFL. So all they need to do is be given the power to do it, right? So for Wyclife, when you talk about the basketball tournament, at first glance, basketball and school rehabilitation may seem like two different things. So how do the two come together?
Sports is actually the great equalizer. I'd call it that, because even as a child, if I take you back memory lane, when you used to go to the playground, it didn't matter this person was older, this person was from this tribe, where they're going, what they do. It just became about the sport. And with that, you also had to learn the life skill of teamwork. So teamwork, because we want to score a goal, I have to pass to my teammate, I have to defend for my teammate, I have to mark for my teammate. So the aspect of teamwork comes into play. When you bring that into the community, so the sports brings the people, then the people become the community, and the community brings impact and change. So when you use it as an avenue to bring people together, then it throws away the differences that they had. It puts them to one goal, and that's what they go after.
Absolutely. So when it comes to sports, it's rarely used as a traditional way of fundraising. But I think it's brilliant.
It's a brilliant
campaign. Because once you want to take a break even from painting, you can go and throw a little bit of ball and shoot some hoops.
I actually could use a very nice example. This past weekend we had the Manchester versus Arsenal fans game at Nyayo Stadium. The stadium was completely packed. It was free. There was absolutely no entertainment value to be sold. It was just some content creators playing football. You don't expect to see the Messi-esque goals. You don't expect to see the Ronaldo wows. But we came there for a purpose. And that's what sports does. You see the numbers that came, that is the impact and the numbers that it can bring when you put it into play.
True.
Yeah.
And in fact, right now, basketball has uplifted so many communities as of this year.
Yeah.
With Nairobi Thunders playing, who and who.
Yeah.
You're finding people who would never really have the opportunity. Now they're finding them in Nyayo National Stadium playing the game. It's amazing to see.
Yeah.
You know, you see me, I'm tall. Me, I come from a family of very tall people. They need to be given work. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
So when you're bringing people together on the court to create an impact in the school,
Yes.
right? What has the response from players in the wider basketball community been like?
They're quite accepting because first they know we come to play. Of course, it's a competition.
Right.
But what we live after, it's what always matters. And when they get into this platform and they are introduced to this new way of looking at things, then they get to imagine, what if I stay and do something? Because it's not about what I can do in the sport. It's what I can do off through the sport.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, the tournament is intended to raise funds for the rehabilitation of the school.
Yes.
So, any of you can answer this. How important is it to show people exactly where their contribution eventually goes? Because everybody's like, mnataka pesa yetu, country yetu iko na shida mingi. How do you then become accountable?
We separated actually the day of the tournament and the day of the event.
Okay.
So for the tournament, which will be on this weekend, we'll be introducing the players to the idea, to the entire idea, and we'll be inviting them for the final event, which will be on the 29th.
Right.
To see for themselves, to get into action, to get handsy, get all dirty,
Right.
and see exactly what their fans is doing on the ground.
Right.
And I think we mentioned this earlier, and on the ground is the most important part.
Yes.
You get to feel, you get to be attached to whatever work you're doing for the community.
In fact, maybe you guys are looking for volunteers.
Yes. So we are looking for volunteers. As mentioned, whether to paint, by the way, even if you do some good woodwork, we wouldn't mind you there to help us with the desks or even the roofing.
Right.
And even as Wyclife has said, the events are separated. And also what we do, we share our before and after. Even throughout the year, we keep in touch with the school. Whatever woodwork that we did, how is it looking? Because it's also good to get feedback. You could go and do some work there and the flowers die.
You're like, me, I did that.
Yes.
And then when you come back,
the desk fell.
Something else.
Very different. Yeah. We also, if you also able to donate trees, the tree plantings, that we are also going to do that. So we are looking for people to come and do everything. There's always cleanup. You know, after you've done all that, there's paper and all that. We want to ensure that when we leave, the place is not dirty, that we've also cleaned. Assuming if the school was opening actually the Monday after, will the children come and wonder, yes, people have done a good job, but maybe the school looks so bad. So come in, come help us clean up. Come help us plant the trees, water the flowers, do landscaping, do some glass work. So there's so much to do on the day. And even have fun. In the middle of it, there'll be music.
Oh, nice. Nice speaking my language. Now, like I explained to you before we went on air, we're looking at the S in ESG.
Yes.
Right? For those who are listening and watching and may not know what ESG, it's environment, social, and governance. And this encompasses that, the S, right? So we often hear about it in business speak, Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the reason why we have this show. We try to make it palatable,
Yeah.
so all of us can have this conversation.
Yeah.
Not just guys in UN,
Yeah.
and the guys with the money who will go and sit down and talk about STD,
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
STD, that. But now we're talking about it where people are especially impacting change like yourselves.
Yeah.
So what does meaningful social impact actually look like on the ground? I'll ask you, Pastor.
I love that. Okay. So I think one of the things we've learned, so definitely sometimes there are mistakes we make when we say that we are coming to do social work and then leave and then don't make impact. So one of the things we have done and learned from is not doing anything without involving the community to come and be part of it. And as we are doing that, how we impact that is also through the skills that we get.
Right.
The best that we would want to do is how can we engage the people around. When you own something as the carpenter or the person in the community, it's very easy to sustain it, because even after that we want to ask, can you be watering them?
Yes.
We want to check on you and find out how are the plants doing. But even socially with the community, what we've seen is they don't feel they are not part of it, because many of the time you come and bring in people. So you maybe you bring Myra, who does not stay within the community, but then the community are like, okay, Myra's trees, it's okay, maybe let's see how they'll go.
Yeah.
But when we involve the people in the community, then they feel it's part of it. And then to sustain that, we want to know the people in the community, even if we are going to ask you to water or to come and keep checking, then it's your project as the community. Yes.
I'll ask you the same question.
Yeah.
When it comes to the social impact, especially because you work with a lot of the youth, especially on the ground, you're really hands-on. What do you think the impact is?
I've had a situation where with children, where one was quite stubborn within the school, and he didn't want to do anything. But then through the sport, when we got introduced to each other, unknowingly he transformed. I came to know this later on through the teacher, but that's kind of what it does.
Right.
Yeah, unconsciously. You may think that it's just in basketball, I'm just dribbling and shooting, teaching this person how to do the same. But for that person, it may be a therapy session, subconsciously, without knowing. So until you see it later on, then you know, I impacted this guy's life unknowingly, and it was through this that we met. Yeah.
It's even in fact you do some amazing work. You work with people living with disabilities.
Yes.
Having them in the creative space, in the sporting space, is not the easiest.
Yeah.
But it's one of the most rewarding.
Yeah.
To the point where now the government is becoming a little bit more stricter. They want now to us to have ramps.
They're really strict.
Yes.
Yes.
Becoming, even now Kanjo is coming and they're like, yes, you need to have this, that, and the other. For a corporate, how is essentially is it for them to also train now their thoughts also towards that aspect? Because even our schools are not truly equipped to kind of accommodate, and only accommodate, make sure that they're living in an environment that is conducive to them. How important is it to also drive towards that aspect?
Because we said that the checks are important, because especially for people with disabilities, you'd have to have equipment that would support them with whichever disability they had. But then again, the important question is the psychological well-being of that person. Most come through trauma, a lot of trauma. It's until you sit with them that you know, I have my life well. So the main focus mostly should be on the psychological after we've maybe tried with the physical, so that we keep them in check. Maybe they can also be building sustainable systems themselves. That's how we could empower them mostly.
Absolutely. Psychosocial support is so important,
really important.
I love that you brought that out, because again, like the guardians have mentioned, I think there needs to be that aspect. guardians who deal with different aspects of projects like these.
Yeah.
The psychosocial support,
Yeah.
the physical support, the making sure that whatever you put in place is actually working, and that it's sustainable. Now, when it comes again I'm going back to companies, because now you're going to be dealing with them, and some of them will be watching the show.
Yeah.
So if a company wants to support public school like the one you're supporting this time, what questions should it ask before deciding what to fund, other than just showing up and giving a check?
I think what I've learned with corporates, sometimes there are corporates who tell us our mission does not align with such things. I think for me, the biggest would to ask themselves, especially the corporate, what legacy do they want to leave? What do they want to be known for? Yes, you brought the money, but because we don't know what this school will bring out, the children. There are very many people who've gone to public schools and done very well for themselves.
Right.
But so if a corporate thinks that way, thinks futuristic, thinks legacy, then you're not just coming to do something. Think about the impact you're making. Will one day a child from that school say that I would want to work for that corporate because of what they did when I was in that school? Maybe when I was in a situation I couldn't be in a better school.
Right.
And so I would want them to think legacy, think impact that is not just now, and even just adopt the school. Say, as part of our CSR, how can we adopt, how do we want to partner and say, in the long run, we want to be part of this because it is doing good to the children.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember the time I was at a high-level event, and one of these bank people was there, and they have a foundation.
Yes.
And one of the people who were there, they were capturing them. They were like, I am a beneficiary of your scholarship.
Oh, wow.
And for him, he had so much pride because he's seen the product of his work.
Yes.
So those are the things, like you said, the legacy
yes.
needs to be put in mind. What is your thoughts on that as well?
Yeah, I'd support that entirely. And that is why, as Hoopnation KE, we were trying to get into the space, and that's how we partnered up with Spread the Love. And we are looking forward to working together for the future.
In fact, how did you guys get together? In fact, that's a good this is a collaborative effort.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have a friend.
Yes.
One of my best friends. So through him, I met Judy.
Yes.
Judy fellowships at Mavuno.
Okay.
And through Judy, she invited me to Mavuno one time and told me, we're trying to do something here, and we have a basketball court that we never use.
Oh, nice.
How can you help?
Yeah.
So we discussed it for a few weeks. I discussed it with some of the stakeholders from Hoopnation, and we came up with the basketball tournament, and it aligned perfectly with Spread the Love's initiative. So that's how we also met with Phoebe.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I love it.
yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to accountability, we have said cameras are there, social media people are there,
Yeah.
but I don't think that's enough. Even just to put a name on a wall and say we donated this, that, and that, and put in a plaque.
Yeah.
When they when especially for your event, when they invest in the community, what do you think that they should come with other than money and materials? Although I think you've answered this, they should come and volunteer. There's an importance in that. Yeah. So even that one has been answered. But could this kind of school rehabilitation become a model for how businesses and communities with public institutions across Kenya truly come together?
Yes, I think so. I think one of the things, my prayer is that it's a mindset or mind shift. Is sometimes we are all waiting for the government, sometimes. Yet we have businesses, organizations, individuals who can come to change the community. And so I believe we should have a mindset change of saying this is in our community.
Right.
How can we come together? And
Right.
that's why we said, even if a small business, even a tailor near there is able to come and say, how can I do this?
Right.
So the big organization, the small, middle-sized business is to come and say, how can we keep accountable? We want to grow this school.
Yeah.
And I believe when this happens, then sooner or later, I'm sure these are schools that can move from one level to another because we all came together.
Right.
And so with it being done yearly, then we are all accountable and saying, okay, we came together as businesses. We came
Right.
together as individuals. Maybe the wall that we did now needs painting. Let's go back and paint. And we don't have to wait for when it's set to be done every August.
Right.
And we can say, how can we keep sustaining this wall? How can we keep sustaining the school?
Right.
Because then we want to see the community grow. Yeah.
I like how even you broke down in your deck the particular areas like the drainage, the kitchen, the toilets.
Yes.
But this also invites more of a sustainable way of keeping the environment.
Yeah.
Are you going to be involved in telling or enriching the students in education on how to best take care even after the work is done? Because it's not only the owners of the companies, the church, the community,
Yes.
also the students. Are they going to get to be part of it and learn how to take care of what they have been, what has been done, the rehabilitation work that has been done to improve the environment?
So one of the things, especially I think during the planning of this time, we got in touch with the school, and which we've been doing, but we realized, as you've actually asked, it's very important. So it's also to find where they can slot us in their curricula, or and say, is it possible to have maybe a Wednesday in a month or something to come and say, we want to come and to show you how to water you just don't pour water or something. Or how do you take care of the paint? How do you take care of the drainage? And so that's one of the things this year we want to partner with the school and say, can we get a slot in your schedules to come and say, this is how to take care of the plants. So that they own, so that they're not seeing the plants die or the drainage being blocked, yet they are the ones throwing the plastic bottles in the drainage. So that's one of the things we are planning to do come this year.
Yeah, for somebody who's going through public schooling, I think it's really, really important.
Yes.
You know, as in like as much as you know, there's that strictness of you know, showing kids how to do this, that, and the other through the teachers. They still carry a lot of what they see at home into the school.
Yes.
And the environment is not exactly kept clean.
Yes.
So you can go and do all this work, but within 10 days, within the 31 days of a month, you have come back to the mess, or almost nearly to the mess that you had left. So I think it's a thing of not only involving the students, but also the teachers in training them on how to keep the environment the way you literally left it.
Yeah.
So time is gone, so I can't imagine how fast time has gone.
Oh, wow.
What is the aspect of the event that I have not captured in this conversation?
I think we've covered most of it.
Okay.
But our main focus, I think, would be leaving a legacy.
Yes.
Yes. Like I said, I was brought up in a community setup, and I thank my dad for this. But one of the things he did while I was a child, he made me plant a tree. And he put my name on that tree.
Wow.
So you had to take care of that tree.
That's amazing.
Yes. So if the tree died, then it was on you.
Yes.
But if the tree grew, it was a mango tree.
Oh, nice.
We'd harvest mangoes. So that was the end goal.
So we come to your home right now to find the mango.
Yes, the mango tree.
wow.
It's right there. It's right there. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, those are the legacy.
Yeah.
From my childhood, I still see that tree and remember the exact day
Right.
that I ate that mango, took that seed, and put it in the ground.
Awesome.
And it grew to
what it is,
what it is right now.
Awesome.
Yes.
I love it. Is there any aspect of the event that I might have?
We've covered everything, but I want maybe what I would say is someone doesn't have to wait when you have money to come and partner with us or come and volunteer. It actually starts with your time. Starts with your time. Come for the basketball tournament. I remember I was asking Wyclife, well, with my height, I'm not very sure whether I can play basketball.
It's your aim. Right?
It's my
Heart over height. It's called heart over height.
I'm not sure what I can do.
Yes.
But even as we were with him yesterday discussing this, I remember telling myself, well, I can be there and I can cheer.
Right.
I can come and bring my voice and
Yeah.
shout for the teams.
Right.
And so there's something. So someone might say, oh, I don't know what I can do. Maybe like me, you don't know what you can do. Come and let's cheer. Come,
Right.
let's make some noise for the teams. Come and support the event. So I think for this Saturday, you don't even need a proper, I don't know, sports shoes. Just come with whatever it is. Come, let's shout. Come, let's have fun together. And come and just say, you know what? This is our community,
Right.
and let's do something about it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So finally, just to impress on people the importance as we close, why should people care? Why should I care what happens to a public school? Especially a public school, they may never attend or will never intend to visit. Why should I care if it's not in my community?
This is always what I think, because even I could say, maybe what should I care about the community? Then maybe in another few months you've moved up from there. So one of the things that I've learned is this: if a public school is not looking so well, I don't know when next my child would end up in that community.
Right.
The other thing is security. I've learned when a public school looks better, you also somehow want to be associated with it. Then this is our nation. We attend and give money to places sometimes we never end up. But the reason for me this one is very important is I think I've thought through legacy. And one of the things I've seen about life, you don't know whether your grandchild will end up in that school. So why don't you make an investment or plant that seed?
Right.
You don't know who will eat the mango.
That's true.
So make an investment,
Yes.
because then if it matters to that community there,
Yes.
it should matter to you
Yes.
for the sake of legacy and generations to come.
Right, right.
Yes, yeah.
Wycliffe, anything to add to that as we close?
Yes. I believe I'll speak in the sports aspect. Sports has done a lot for me, the sporting community especially. It has opened more doors than I would have imagined. Most notably not in the space of sports, actually. And I've been a player, I've been a coach, I've been an entrepreneur in sports, and all this led back to one thing: the community that we started with.
Right.
They're the same group of friends we have, I still have. They're the same group of friends that we do things together in and out of sports. And they're the same people who we've come together and met these lovely people from Spread the Love through. And we are here now impacting the community.
Right.
Yeah.
Love it. I'd like to thank you both so much for giving us your time this morning.
Thank
Yeah,
you
thank
so
you
much.
for
Spreading the love here at Icon Radio.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
We will spread the word. Give us all your material, posters.
Yes.
I think it's an amazing cause.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about children, and I'm thinking all of us should be, especially if we want to leave a legacy,
Yes.
proper legacy
Yes.
behind. Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I
Thank you
think-
so much.
Thank you guys for listening and watching in. Today you can watch a rerun of this show on Icon Radio KE platforms, especially YouTube. But I'll leave you with this. If we truly want to build a sustainable Kenya, should we start by asking not how much can I give, but what can I help build that will benefit people years from now? Guys, thank you so much. This has been Sustainability Connect with me, Myra Maloba. I'll see you next Wednesday.
Peace.
Back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality, back to the here and now, yeah. Show me how, decide what you want from me. Tell me maybe I could be there for you. However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me?
bended knee again. No running from the truth, as much as we pretend that it ain't what it is, then it hits CNN. Apologies to my fans and my closest friends for letting you down. I won't take you down this road again. Most of you now saying whatever, here we go again. Vlogs, radio, and television, all going in. I laugh to keep from crying through all of the embarrassment. If I must say myself, you haters is hilarious. How dare you sit right there and act as if you holier than thou? Point your finger now with me looking down. Same clown that would twit picking at my wedding on the same Twitter page, disrespecting. Wait a second, never mind my imperfections, this a fact. Remember that no mistakes too great to recover and bounce back. And when they push you down, you got to get back up. And when they push you down, you got to get back up. Brush the dirt off your jersey, then go for the cup, of the trophy, of the ring, champion, no matter what. Cause when you got the belt in the ring, people with you popping bottles, taking pictures, look around. As soon as you fall down, all the haters pass the judgment. Flies on me, a show that I'm about to hide me. Yeah, I done some dumb. Disappointed everybody I know. Try not to hold that against me though. My road to redemption has no GPS, so guess that time must be invested for this to be manifested. Yes, it's hard living life in the spotlight, trying to dodge the haters same time as the cop light. The Bible say let he without sin cast a stone first. The sinner or the one who judged him, who was wrong first. Yeah, he go to work, never done no drugs up until the fair. He just drink his liquor, touch his kids, beat his wife instead. Different seals, my shortcomings hit the media. Thanks to TMZ, the AJC, and Wikipedia. See the stairway to heaven while stepping down Jacob's ladder. My good outweigh the bad, God, ain't that what really matter? Nope. And matter of fact, I'm wrong, but after that, the good I done in your hood, shit, it overshadow that. Yeah, the world laughing at me for the moment, but it gonna be your turn for it's over with. Even if you so legit that you get a house with a dog and a picket fence, the people with you in, but when they turn on you, remember this. When they push you down, you got to get back up. And when they push you down, you got to get back up. Brush the dirt off your jersey, then go for the cup, of the trophy, of the ring, champion, no matter what. Cause when you got the belt in the ring, people with you popping bottles, taking pictures, look around. As soon as you fall down, all the haters pass the judgment. Flies on me, a show that I'm proud to
Hello out there, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
And you can love me, you gotta get me before you judge me. Just let me be me. And you can love me, you gotta believe before you judge me. See, life ain't easy. I accept full responsibility for all the wrong I've done. If y'all thought I was perfect, I apologize for being human, man. But never again, Pano, you can put my life on that. And you can love me, or either leave me before you judge me. Just let me be me. And you can love me, or either leave me before you judge me. See, life ain't easy.
As soon as you came bouncing through the door, you and your mans and them just took over the floor. Started doing your thing, and it made me notice